What's up everybody? In today's video we'll be continuing the how to play chess for beginners series. Today's video we're going to be talking about trades, when to make trades and what 3 things to look for when you make trades. I just want to say that people who have been saying that I don't put the links in the description, it's because I upload the videos a few days after I record them, so I forget what I say. If I forget and don't put a link, just leave a comment and I promise I will. Yeah, let's get into the video. So trades. There are 3 things to look for when you make a trade. Let's say white plays e4, d5. And there are 3 things that white can do in this position. He can take, he can push, or he can defend in multiple ways. So when is it good for white to take this pawn? So there are 2 things to see here. The first rule is it an equal trade? A pawn for a pawn it is an equal trade. It's good. Does it develop an enemy piece? Yes, it does. Normally you don't want it to. In this case it's okay because you can go knight to c3 and then they have to move back. So in this case it's okay. In most cases it's usually not. And what doesn't open up any enemy lines to your king or attacking any important pieces. I mean, it's attacking this pawn, but it's defended. This is defended, so, and this is defended 3 ways. So it's not really attacking anything. This piece was opened up. It's not attacking anything. This piece was already opened up. This piece was already opened up. So this is a good trade. But you still have a choice. If you don't want to trade, you can push. When is it okay to push? It's not okay to push when it's like, wrong example. When it's like this, guys. It's not okay to push here. Because if you push, they just take and they get a big center. So, is that square that you're going to push to defended? If it is defended, you have more than one piece getting it. So, this is an okay place to put your pawn here now, because if they take, you take, and you're also hitting this bishop, and it hasn't opened up anything. So that's when you push. When you ignore when you have a piece defending it and it's of equal value. So you can play this, and then let's say they go here, you don't have to worry about this. Just go here. Just hit this pawn 2 times and you can try to take that pawn. You don't have to worry about going here because you can take like this, or if you wanted to, you could take like this. So that's an example. So those are 3 rules. To review them again. Does it open up any enemy pieces? Yes. Is it an equal trade? Yes. And what was the last one, guys? Does it help your opponent develop? Yes. So you can take it if you want, but I wouldn't. You don't have to, but I would. I like playing against Scandinavian defense because you can then play knight c3 afterwards, and you're fine. Okay, that's one example. Let's look at another example, guys. Okay. It is white's turn. What if white wants to take this pawn with their knight? Let's look at 3 things. Does it open up any enemy pieces? It does. Oh no, whoa, wrong thing. It does not. Well, I mean, it opens up the bishop and the knight and the queen, but those are already pretty much open. The queen wasn't open. The queen opens when this happens. Okay, so it opens up a few pieces, but they were already open before, so I mean, like, it's fine. Is it of equal value? No, knight is worth 3, pawn is worth 1. So it's not worth equal value. That's not a good trade. You could stop right there, but there's a thing called sacks of rice. When you give an opponent multiple points of material for compensation, like let's say here, maybe you wanted this pawn here for some reason. I mean, you're only down one pawn. One pawn is still one pawn, but maybe you like this pawn here. I don't know. But sacrifice, you really have to have a good reason to. Otherwise, it's just a waste of material. So you could rule this out right now, but let's go towards the third one. Does it develop an enemy piece? No. Pawns do not develop. No, don't want that. Pawns do not develop, guys. They move forward, but they do not develop. Let's have one more example, or two more examples. Let's start with knight to f3, knight here. Let's do this, do this, and how should we do this? Okay, guys, should black trade? Should black trade knights? Okay, now there are two things that black can do here. Remember, they can ignore, they can defend, three things: ignore, defend, take. Why is it bad to ignore here? I know we haven't talked about pawn structure, but just think about it. It is bad to ignore. Let's say they just played this move, a waiting move, maybe going for then bishop g7. If they do this, these pawns look fine. I mean, they're in clusters. Clusters are always good. But let's say it's the end game. These pawns are removed. These pawns are gone. All of these are gone. These stay, guys. All of it is gone. Except for a rook, a pawn, and a rook in no. Okay, a rook and 4 pawns and a rook and 2 pawns. Automatically, white is winning here. You know what? Let's just take away this. Right now, it's equal position here. But look at black's pawns. They're doubled, and that might not seem bad. But remember, when you take away the pawns in red, they're isolated. There's nothing around it. This rook is in the corner, and even if it was somewhere over here, it's still isolated. And then you can bring in your rook and take these pawns. No pawn is defending these guys. Nothing. Your rook can defend, but no pawns are defending. Same with these pawns. So let's just make it like this then. These pawns are together. They're defending each other. If this moves up, they're defending each other. So that's the example. You never want double pawns. Never, never. But then it's not good for white to play, let's say, this. One, it's a free pawn, and two, it undoubles black's pawn. So keep in mind, you never want to undouble your opponent's pawn. You want to double your own, but not your opponent's. So, So waiting is out of the question here. He can take and defend. It's already defended. How will you defend without damaging your pawn structure, though? The only way to use defend word kind of weird, is to just move out of the way. But that's just not good, because then white goes here, damaging your pawn structure again. So what should you do? The only thing you have left is to take. So let's go to the 3 rules of taking. Does it open up enemy lines? Yes, the queen. The queen. The queen. Okay, so it opens up enemy lines. It doesn't make it too bad, but it's still something we don't really want. Does it develop an enemy piece? No, it undevelops it because you're taking it. But also, and right now you have more development. But and then you can go G7 and go here and then the castle and stuff. So it's not really developing. Okay, what's the last rule? What is the last rule? Is it equal material? Knight for knight is equal. And it's actually good for back here because this pawn is isolated. Yes, you can go yes, you can go f4. Yes, yeah, you can go f4 if you want. You can go queen d4. You can go to queen d5. But you just pile on the pressure of this pawn here. You get after it. It's isolated. Because if they play something like you know what? Let's say you play here, going for here, hitting the pawn, and they go here, and you go here, and they go like here. They've overextended so much, you can just forget about that pawn and develop on the other side of the board. That's how overextending is never good. You should never overextend. If of course, for a queen, you should overextend, but for a pawn, I mean, it's just one pawn. You can earn it back easily. So it's a good trade. I would trade here. Yes, it opens up enemy lines, but you have more development. You can go after this pawn in the future and make white overextend. So that is the basics of trading. I hope you guys enjoyed this back to the beginner teaching series, I guess. And I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like. If you didn't, just say in the comments so I can know what you guys want me to do. I have some games that I want to analyze from like Grandmasters and stuff like that. So if you like analyzing games, make sure to comment that and stream this Saturday. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you to everybody who showed up in my first stream and my second stream. It really means a lot. And also thank you to everybody. You guys got me to around 350 subscribers, and I know we can make it to 400. I'm gonna start uploading videos more often. I just took a break because of the tournaments and everything. You guys can join me in the tournaments at the Marshall Chess Club. Marshall Chess Club, or I think marshallchessclub.org, something like that. It'll definitely be in the description. Yes, I know I forgot last time, but it will be in the description. You can join me. Go to the Sunday Beginner this Sunday, next Sunday, every Sunday. And I'll be getting Chess Premium soon, so I can make puzzle videos, and that'll be awesome. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and have a great day. And happy Thursday, I think it is. Yeah, Thursday. Alright, bye guys.